Hey, social catfish. My name is Alex, and I am currently married. Well, I have 6 children. My husband and I, we had 3 biological children, and then they kind of left, the home, went out on their own, and we ended up adopting 3 children out of foster care. So they were a sibling group, and that's how we ended up with 3 more. My husband and I weren't getting along, and somebody just happened to come along on Instagram. And I guess I was pretty needy at the time, and it just began like that. Now, we're trying to work things out, but I'm kind of caught between the two.
What's up, Seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. On today's episode, we help a 67-year-old woman named Alex who has been in an online relationship with a man named Lucas. Alex is completely torn between him and her current husband. Let's see what our team can find out about this mysterious man. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
This man just kind of came along, one day, popped up and said, hi, I saw you as I was scrolling through Instagram looking for an old friend of mine. Dark hair, brown eyes, full beard. Not bushy long or anything, but neatly shaved beard. Looks like he might have some balding, but his hair is always kept really short. He didn't look real young, but he didn't look real old. I didn't suspect he was my age. Thought he was younger. And I said, how old are you? And he said he was 49. And then I said, well, I'm a lot older than you, and then I told him my age, and it was like, oh, age doesn't matter. We love each other, that's all that matters. We would chat all the time. I don't think there was a day that maybe there was a 24-hour period where I didn't hear from him. I mean everything to him. I'm the world to him. And he just goes on and on. And I fall for it. He would send me these long messages. I'd wake up in the morning to them, or I'd get one, before going to bed at night. But they were very poetic sounding. He asked me if I was married pretty early on, and I told him yes, I was, but currently we were kind of, thinking of divorce and not getting along. We always talked about our relationship not really coming together until after my children were grown. But yet he talked about me being a mom to his daughter, that she wanted me to be her mom, so they sent me a pizza. I don't know how he rigged that one, but I got a call that a pizza was ready for me at some pizza parlor, and went and picked it up, and sure enough, there was a pizza there, called in from, by somebody. That's all I've ever gotten from him, a pizza. So, not much. He did ask me to do him one favor early on, and that was, he said that his 5-year-old daughter was having a birthday, and he didn't have time before he left to get her a gift. And I said, oh, I could go get her some things. I, love shopping for little girls because I have a granddaughter who's 5, the same age. And I thought, that would be really nice. And he said, oh, no, you don't need to go shopping or anything. Just, she really likes her tablet. You can send some money, and, she can get some games or something for her tablet, and we'll make sure she knows it's from you. So that was the first money that I actually sent out. I think that was through PayPal. But he primarily, the PayPal and Cash App were the two ways we would send. But the Cash App, he always wanted it in the Bitcoin. And we've even done a couple really short little video chats. They never came in with a voice. They came in with only like a little clip. But, again, there was problems with the connection, or problems. I couldn't hear any audio.
Up until this point, Alex has sent over $1,000 to Lucas for food, his daughter's birthday, and medicine. She was truly in love with Lucas, but it all started to spiral out of control when he said he wanted to retire from the military.
The next thing I know, he's talking about getting a leave from his deployment, getting a leave, but then the leave turned into the actual asking for, to get out completely because he was near retirement, but he needed to get his documents in order. I even got like emails from his commander, asking me questions because he was saying how he was leaving because of me. So I was involved with it. They even sent me some kind of document that I had to sign, part of the leave package, the documents he had to do. But these documents were supposedly really expensive. I mean, I don't know how much money I sent him. He needed like a total of 8 to 10,000 for these documents.
Alex signed all the documents and paid Lucas's commander $8,000 so he could retire from the military. Lucas was now going to be on his way to America and united with Alex. He would be taking a flight from Syria all the way to Alex in Oregon. But Alex didn't know she would also be paying for the flight.
Then he needed flight money. I'm going, flight money? If you're going on leave, don't they take you home? No, I need flight money. So then it was the flight.
While Lucas was on the flight to Alex in Oregon, there was another problem. Lucas claimed the flight made an unexpected stop in Turkey.
And he ended up in Turkey because that was a stop. And in Turkey, he ended up with another problem. He sent me a picture of this bar of some bars of gold, like big pieces of gold that he was bringing back. And he even sent me a picture of a box that had my name on it, but that got stolen. So then he was left with nothing, of course, and had to, somehow figure out how he was going to get from Turkey then to the United States. He needed money for the hotel and he needed money for food.
Lucas was finally able to get out of his bad situation in Turkey. He told Alex that he had been robbed and needed more money for a flight from Turkey to Oregon. He sends another text to Alex claiming that the flight took another unexpected stop in New York.
And then he finally got out of Turkey and got into New York. He's been in New York now for probably 3 weeks, a month. Always coming home any day.
Lucas claims he is currently homeless and has no money for food. He also claims he's living on the streets of New York.
The money I was sending him came out of our savings, loans, my credit. So I would, max out my credit, get it on credit cards. Like I'll tell him, I don't have any more money. I've given you all my money. I have nothing. And, well, show me. Let me see a picture, a screenshot of your credit statement or something. He always wants proof that, I don't have any more money or I've used all my credit. If I send him some money, again, he wants proof that I sent it. He wants a picture of it. He wants to know that, I did it. But he did ask for gift cards too. And I pretty much lost track of the gift cards. I should have saved them, but I don't know how many gift cards. And they were always the Apple gift cards. Last night I looked at how much I sent them all together, and I'm just shocked, that it's close to 50,000. I'm thinking, geez, that's more than I make in a year. How did I do this,
Alex was hiding her relationship with Lucas from her husband for months before he found out. She still doesn't want to come clean to him about the $50,000 she sent to Lucas through PayPal, CoinMe, and gift cards.
My husband did find out I was chatting to somebody online. He was really, really angry, almost explosive, not toward me, but, he hit a wall with his hand and, stormed out of the house, slammed the door. He was in tears and I was in tears. When I think he finally calmed down, we talked about it and I told him, it just kind of happened. Doesn't know about the money.
Alex needs to know the truth about Lucas before she completely commits to leaving her husband. She's been contemplating this for months.
My husband would like to work things out. And, I'm that's what the family, my kids, are encouraging us to do also. Of course, when he was drinking, it was the drinking that caused problems. He would disappear for overnights and I wouldn't know where he was. And he ended up, getting some DUIs and even did some jail time for a while. So that happened, like I said, 20 years ago. And then he stopped drinking and has been pretty involved with, AA and doing really well for himself. But he still has an underlying depression, and he, does take medication for. It's almost like he has a bipolar personality. He's a person that can be really nice one minute and then boom, I believe he's a little resentful because I was primarily the moneymaker in the family. He knew I had, a job that made more money than him, and that probably bothered him. I don't think he's ever cheated on me, like gone out with another woman. We have issues that we need to work on, and that's not going to get better overnight. If he found out, this guy I'm talking to is real, and I decided to go with this other guy, he would be. I mean, he'd be devastated. You know, there's nothing he can do. He would be upset. He'd be angry, but he's not going to do anything to stop it because he knows, if I make my mind up to do something, I'm going to do it. One side of me wants to work it out with him, but then it probably depends on what happens with this. If this guy really turns out to be who he says he is, partially, I should say, I don't know. Yeah, this is somebody I do see my future with. Probably not right now. I would say, because I still have two children at home, that, and I've said this to him, that I would want to wait a few years until they're grown up and out of the house, and it would be a lot easier for me to leave my home. That it wouldn't be something I could just do tomorrow, that it would take, a lot of preparation. We've talked about all this. I guess I want to believe that he really does have feelings for me. Part of me probably is still in love with him. I just feel like I've been brainwashed. It's almost like he has some kind of control over me to get me to do things that I just never would do before, and now I'm doing it. I just kept going on. There was something about him, that made me believe him, believe that he was telling the truth. And everything he said to me was probably what I needed to hear at that point in my life. And so I believed it.
We were able to look into all the information Alex sent over. We even pulled a voicemail off of Alex's phone that Lucas sent to her.
Hello, mi amor. I was trying to reach you. I can get you. What's happening?
We took all of Lucas's photos and ran them through our image search on socialcatfish.com. Thankfully, we were able to find the real man in the photos. He had a Facebook with a ton of videos of him speaking uploaded to it. And unfortunately, the voices didn't match up.
Лень, двигатель, прогресс. Контроль, контроль, контроль.
Make sure you guys stick around until the end. We will reveal the truth about Lucas to Alex.
Having said that, after sending that large amount of money to this person that you don't know, and he is not the person in the images, are you going to stay with your husband?
Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it. It was now time to sit down with Alex and go over everything our team was able to find.
Last we spoke, you were still chatting with Lucas. Where are you with him now? Is he asking you for money?
He's trying to tell me, oh, this is the last time, this is the last 1,000. I just need the money to get to you, babe, and that kind of thing. I blocked him so he can't call through because I don't want to talk to him. When he calls me, he's really pushy, and I hardly get a word in edgewise. I mean, anytime I want to say anything, his magic words are calm down, calm down.
On that note, I'm sure you're eager to find out more. We have Brianne here with us today to share more information.
Okay, that's great.
So I definitely want to get into some of the research that we've done for this investigation, starting with the phone number that he uses to talk to you with. So we actually ran that phone number through phone software and verification, and what we had found out was this is an internet phone number, also known as a VoIP phone number, and it actually scored high on the fraud score. So what we do is we run these phone numbers through this report, and it tells us how likely the phone number is being used for fraud, and it's very likely that this phone number is being used for fraud. Another thing I'd like to go through is some of the ways that you had sent the money: Cash App, PayPal, CoinMe. With Cash App, once the money's been transferred, it's almost impossible to retrieve any of the lost funds, but we still recommend that you block those accounts that you sent the money to. There may be some recourse there because people that create PayPal accounts link their bank accounts. So if you reach out to PayPal, there may be something that can be done there. We suggest that you file a report with PayPal.
Okay. Yeah, because it seems like he will continue to use, the same names.
When he's asking you to send money to these different people, these are what we call money mules. If you file a report, something can be done with these accounts.
It'll also prevent you from participating in any sort of illegal activity any further. So we definitely recommend that you don't send any more money, of course. Now, I know you may be eager to find out more about the man you've been speaking to all this time. And I know that at some point while you were speaking to him, he had convinced you he was the real person. I have some unfortunate news for you today, Alex. The real man you were talking to is not Lucas. His real name is Dennis K. He's a Russian entrepreneur, marksman, with a prominent online social media presence who is known to call out fake accounts on his Facebook. He is not the person you are talking to. Dennis is not involved in this scam in any capacity.
So the pictures are of the Russian man and not Lucas, is what you're saying?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure this leads to more questions, like you mentioned, about the real man behind the account, the man whose voice we've heard in that voice memo that you shared with us.
Hello, mi amor. I was trying to reach you. I'm good. What's happening?
We have more unfortunate news for you, Alex. We do have a tool to track down IP addresses, which lets us know the location of someone's address. And we sent this IP tracker to Lucas, which came back in Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay.
This has been a romance scam through and through all along.
Okay. So that's where he was this morning, right? When I sent the link.
Yes.
And this, I mean, it's not a surprise to me. I've known for some time. I guess I was hoping, that he would finally admit it all to me, but he wouldn't.
I just want to put it out there that there wouldn't be any reason for anyone on active duty that would need any type of funds. People in the military, they're completely taken care of, and $50,000, that's a lot of money to someone that's active duty and is taken care of. Having said that, after sending that large amount of money to this person that you don't know, and he is not the person in the images, are you going to stay with your husband?
Yes, I mean, my husband and I have talked about it. He knows of the person, but he doesn't know the extent of it, because I feel like such a fool myself, for not stopping it a long time ago when I actually, had had the clue that it was a scam, but in the back of my mind, I kept hoping it wasn't. So anyway, my husband and I are going to try to work this out. We're going to get some counseling, and thank goodness, my husband's the man he is, that he wants to work with me on it and figure out what went wrong in our relationship that, made me do what I did.
If we had hopped on a call today and we had proven to you that Lucas was in fact Lucas and he was in fact in New York, would you have left your husband behind?
Gosh, I don't know. I think, I probably would have talked it over with my husband, and I would have, we would have talked about whether or not I should do that.
I only ask because when we first spoke, you mentioned to me, you answered the same question with saying you would leave your husband. What has changed your mind?
Just, I guess, the talks my husband and I have had, and the most recent messages that Lucas or whoever he is has sent me. He's just been really, really rude and really to the point and pushy, more pushy than usual, to try to get me to do something like, get on Cash App right now and you check it, send me a screenshot. But then he'll revert back to this, oh, honey, babe, I guess I've just, really, since I've spoke with you and my husband and I have, talked and, tried to work things out and are going to work things out. It just, made me realize, that this is what it is. This was a big mistake on my part.
You've been upfront with your husband. You guys have had some talks about moving forward in your relationship. Obviously, this video is going on YouTube. What do you think he would say if he saw this video?
No, I don't know. I mean, since he knows about it, I don't think he'd really say a whole lot. I mean, he might, question me about the amount of money, but I think he would understand because, I mean, I pretty much, what I told you the other day, is what I've told him, and, I broke down in front of him too. And I think he would be not okay with it, but I mean, he would be okay.
That's great news. That's definitely not what I was expecting you to tell us today. But with that being said, I think that's, more than great. It's fantastic. And I'm happy for you. And I hope that you guys seek the help that you guys deserve.
We can do it. We can work it out.
Thanks for watching another episode of Scamfish, everyone. Remember, new videos go out every Wednesday. If you or anyone else you know might be going through a scam, please send an email to sharemystory@socialcatfish.com. See you guys next week.